Hi there, this is Erin Martin Elston. Today we're going to have a quick tutorial on identifying the key bibliographic components of the types of sources you'll be working with. This video will navigate the anatomy of peer-reviewed sources that you'll be using for your upcoming translation assignment. By the end of this video, I hope you will be comfortable finding all the bibliographic information you will need to accurately cite in your projects. The most common mistakes I see appear in works cited pages include missing bibliographic information or misidentified information. The biggest culprit contributing to these issues tend to be the peer-reviewed scholarly journal article. First off, let me show you the IEEE reference guide that we'll be using for this class. You can find this document on PolyLearn under Resources. The table of contents, if we flip down here, will allow you to click on the type of source you're referencing and take you directly to the citation. Let's look at a journal article with a DOI. When you look at the citation requirements, you'll notice that the reference asks for the author, the name of the paper, the title of the publication, the volume, the issue number, the year it was published, and the page range, and a DOI. A DOI is a digital object identifier, which is basically its location, much like a URL, except that the DOI is more static and preferable to use if you have that choice. Next, we'll take a look at a specific article's PDF and identify all these parts. So the best place to find these specialized articles is through the Cal Poly databases. Our library orientation session will provide you the excellent resources, so I'm not going to go into that here. However, I want you to take careful note of which databases provided you the sources that you use. MLA and APA format require database information, while IEEE may not always do that, but it's always a good idea to make note of what you use so you can find it later. We'll be using ScienceDirect for the source that we're going to be looking at. It's great to find peer-reviewed journal articles. It's very specialized, highly technical articles that we've been discussing in class. Also, it's always a good idea to select the PDF version rather than the HTML because you get a better view of what the article looked like at publication. I chose this article based off a search for MOFs, or Metal Organic Frameworks. As you can see with the title here, it's a highly specialized technical article. We're going to examine the page to find the necessary components. First off, you have the article title, as well as the authors contributing to the work. The lead author of the work is always the first person mentioned on the list. For IEEE as well as MLA format, if you have 3 or more authors, like you do here, then you would list the lead author and then et al, et space al period, which means and the rest. You can also see the author's affiliations appearing on this first page. Sometimes you'll have it on the last page. We can also see the journal title over here, as well as the database used to access the article. Now, above all of this, you will see a whole bunch of numbers and punctuation marks. This is often where mistakes are made in the citations. Either students forget to include them or they misidentify them. The order goes from left to right: volume, issue number, if available, in this case it's not, year, that's always in parentheses, and page range, marked with a hyphen. You will always want to include whatever your source provides for you. To determine if the source provides you a DOI or URL, you'll have to explore the article a bit. Often a DOI will appear on the first page, but not always. In this case, if we scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll find the DOI right here. If you can't find it on the first page somewhere, you should scroll to the last page and double check there. If nothing appears, then you'll need to use the URL. The other thing that I would like to note is that this is a peer-reviewed article, and you can tell through the timeline feature of the submissions, so you get to see when it was received, revised, and finally accepted. Not all peer-reviewed sources have this information, but if they do, it's a great way to identify it by type. So I hope that this tutorial helped you to identify the anatomy of this specialized source that you will no doubt be interacting with throughout the rest of your college career. If you have any further questions, please send me an email or bring it up in class.